Hi, how are you doing? It's Friday. Uh, no, there was no nuclear strikes today, which is good. But after Zelensky's speech or request that happened hours ago, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Still, after asking a couple of questions in my latest podcast, one of them is why do big players want war like NATO and US? Is US pushed by or is NATO pushed by US at this stage? Very possible. And we can see that. But what's happened is we have Volodymir Zelensky coming out with this.
Що повинна робити
What should NATO
НАТО?
do? Eliminate the possibility of
Унеможливлювати
Russia using nuclear
застосування
weapons?
Росією ядерної зброї. Але, що важливо, я ще раз
But what is important, once
звертаюсь
again,
до
appeals to the
міжнародної
national
спільноти.
community,
Як це було
as
до
I did
24-го?
before February
Превентивні
24,
удари,
we need preemptive
щоб вони
strikes
знали, що з ними
so that
буде,
they'll
якщо
know
вони
what will happen
застосують,
to
а
them.
не навпаки.
If they use nukes,
Чекати
don't wait
ядерних
for Russia's nuclear
ударів
strikes and they
Росії,
say,
щоб
well,
потім
since you did
сказати,
this,
ах, ти
take that
так,
from
ну
us.
ось тримай від нас. Переглянути
Reconsider the way you apply pressure. This is what NATO should do. Reconsider the order in which it applies pressure on Russia.
Переглянути порядок застосування. Що повинно
What should
робити
NATO do?
НАТО?
Eliminate the possibility of Russia using nuclear weapons?
Застосування Росією ядерної зброї. Але,
But
що
what is
важливо,
important,
я
once
ще
again,
раз
I appeal to the national
звертаюсь
community,
до
as I did before
міжнародної
February
спільноти.
24th.
Як це
I'm going to
було
say it again.
24-го? Превентивні
We need
удари,
preemptive strikes. We
щоб вони
need
знали, що з ними
preemptive
буде, якщо вони...
strikes. So Volodymyr Zelensky is calling for preemptive strikes, and in Kiev Independent today, his staff is trying to come up with the explanation. So let's have a look at this. So Zelensky's staff is forced to clarify statement after president suggests preemptive strike on Russia. So on October 6th, which is yesterday, President Volodymyr Zelensky, we just heard him, in his speech said the NATO's role was to make it impossible for Russia to use nuclear weapons. He appealed to the international community before February 24 to do preemptive strikes so they know what will happen to them if they use it, and not vice versa to wait for nuclear strikes by Russia. I'm still trying to get my head around it. So even before 24th, if we use nuclear strikes on one of the biggest countries in the world, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to respond. What do you think? Like, this is just a call for war, either way. So Zelensky spokesperson, Serhiy Nikiforov, explained that Zelensky was referring to preventive sanctions to be applied before Russia's full-scale invasion and assured the Ukraine would never call for the use of nuclear weapons, which is Zelensky did. So I don't know why his even staff is forced to clarify a statement that the president has just made. Yeah, looks great. Yeah, so it's Friday. No nuclear strikes today. Well, we'll see. But then there's just a little article in the Intercept and says the CIA thought Putin would quickly conquer Ukraine. Why did they get it so wrong? We scroll it down. And we see that the secret US operation inside Ukraine are being conducted under presidential covert action finance. So basically, we know that the CIA and Army intelligence, American intelligence, they are on the on the territory of the Ukraine. So, is NATO taking a part in this war as we speak? Let's call it undercover. Very possible. We have engagement of UK forces. The mercenaries are there as well. Are the NATO forces under a call sign of the mercenary? It's very possible, isn't it? We don't know. We won't find out. All we know, that's what happens at the moment. It's very interesting. So what we know, that the Russian parliament ratify agreements on annexed regions, right? So it makes it Russian territory. And they stood up in parliament and they just gave him big applause. So Russia is mobilizing more forces and counteracting actions as well against the Ukraine attacks on the regions. Now this is interesting. The aerospace forces are attacking targets, so that means that the Russian aerospace is taking more. There's more involvement from their side, which could be catastrophic for the Ukrainian army. And the EU are training 15,000 new Ukrainian soldiers. The question is, are they Ukraine? Very possible. There's so many of them, so many men immigrated to other countries. We have 50,000 Ukrainians in Ireland, I think, which 5,000 of them could be men in the fighting age. And what is going to cripple us even more is that EU approved new set of sanctions, which is 8th package. So are we going to see Americans already worried? They're going to see $10 per gallon? I'm a little bit worried. Are we going to see €2.50, €3 for a liter of diesel or petrol? And constant blackouts during the winter time. Well, we're still here. Nothing's happening. And I'll talk to you next time.